Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Wherever you are in the world, welcome once again to another session of Living World of Darkness. This is a scene for the Mage venue. We open up somewhere that is almost impossible to describe, as the atmosphere bears the shifting, almost conceptual substance of dream stuff. The place does not exist on any known map that we know of, but in the head of the mage known as Astrid Lynch. As she drifts off into sleep at night, as things go black and she begins to lull herself into a rest, she finds instead that she is standing in the center of a massive forest, rotten, decrepit trees all around her, and the sky is a sickly green. The air is difficult to breathe, and it feels like there is a constant, almost pressure in or throughout her body as she comes to consciousness here.
As soon as she's conscious again, so to speak, she would rub her eyes and look around this rotting forest. Okay. This is the first time I have this nightmare. It should be interesting at least. And as every night, as she discovered again that she's trapped in in her mind all over again, she will be cautious. She will move slowly. She will inspect her surroundings, waiting either for the shadows of her father jumping at her, or even worse, if it's one of those nightmares, she's getting ready to face the hounds.
As she takes her first few tentative steps forwards, her expectations almost shift the dreamscape around her. And she hears first the sound of footsteps of a quadrupedal animal, and she sees, as things begin to darken, she hears the howl ring out through the forest.
As soon as she hears this, the hairs on the back of her neck just become eerie. She tries to draw whatever breath she can and try to calm herself, trying to stable her mind. But she knows that this is not possible. She knows that when she enters nightmare realm, she needs to go through all the motions. Either she escapes and tomorrow is a good day, or she dies and tomorrow is not such a good day. So she will do what she always does at these nightmares, the dog nightmares, the hounds. She will run away from the hounds as fast and far away as she can, going all the way down through the woods.
As she runs, it feels as if the same landscape expands, almost as though she were still running in place. She hears louder the excited pants and barks of the dogs as they draw closer and closer. It feels as if her feet are nowhere near fast enough.
Ah, she she's scared. She won't lie to herself. She's really, really scared of this. But running apparently is not the answer anymore, as many people have told her on the last couple of months. She can't run away from everything, even though she's really good at it. she needs to stand and face, and she has stood in the past, not so long ago, against what she calls the forces of darkness, the demons inside. She has stood, for example, against the technocracy, not I think it like 2 months ago or so. So she will timidly stop her running, and she will very slowly turn and face the place where the hounds growl are coming. And she will just repeat to herself, like some sort of mantra, "Come on, Astrid, you're a mage. You are a mage. You can do this. You can do this. This is nothing more than a nightmare. You cannot be harmed." But a little part of her brain doesn't believe that, so she will start shaking.
As she stands there waiting to confront the hounds, she sees their large black silhouettes form with the green light sort of backlighting them. All that she can see is their eyes and their shining teeth. They will pace around her in a circle.
Astrid will try to follow the shadows pacing around. She tremors, she shakes, she shivers, but almost instinctively, she will reach down and grab a branch or anything that is at her hand length on the ground, and she will stand with it against the shadows. What's the worst thing you can do? You beat me on the past. You pounce on me. You always scared me, and you know that. But you're not here. You're not real. You cannot harm me anymore. She believes, at least.
As she says this, one of the dogs snarls and it lunges towards her, and she feels the teeth sink into her arm as trickles of blood begin to come out of the wound, and the shot of pain shoots up through her arm and into her body, almost knocking the breath out of her.
Okay, something will spark on her mind. This is not a dream. This is not a dream. In the nightmares, yes, you're afraid, you run, you fall, you have been beaten in the past, but you wake up and this is hurting. It's actually hurting a lot. So this is not a dream. You must be trapped. I must be trapped somewhere. And she will scream with whatever breath she has left on her body, and she will just crack the branch on the top of the hound's head, or whatever the hell is actually attached to her arm at the moment, and she will bash it one, twice, thrice, and she will keep going until either the branch breaks, herself breaks, or the hound breaks.
As she smashes the branch over the hound's head, she feels the teeth drag in her skin, creating large sort of slash marks across her arm as finally its grip is broken and it lets go. It rolls to the side and sort of bends down as if it's preparing to jump again.
Um, Astrid will not give it the chance. She has been cornered in a place where she apparently understands she cannot escape. She cannot run. So she will do the same thing as she did in the casino. She will take the initiative. In the casino, she started a fire. In here, she will lounge at the dog. And with whatever she can manage to pull out of her fencing lessons, she will strike at either the ears, the eyes, the nose, or the mouth of this quadrupedous creature that stalked her through the night of her dreams.
As she strikes at the dog, suddenly beside her she will see a figure cloaked entirely in black with horrific, ragged devil's wings, and she says, "Yes, that's it, sweetie. Fight it."
And Astrid will turn around and she will look at this version of Naomi. And she will wait a second on the reason of why Naomi is here. They have thought they are not close anymore. And she will wait for a couple of seconds. Her will be standing there staring into these ragged wings, these demon-like wings. And she will take 2 steps back and point at this version of Naomi with her branch. No, 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 no. No, no, this is not something I do. I don't do this. I don't want to harm others. No, I won't. And she will throw the branch at Naomi's feet. And she will see if the hound is still there, growling and snarling at her.
The hound approaches ever closer as the woman wreathed in the black in the ominous sort of outfit. A look of surprise goes over her face and she says, "What the fuck are you doing?" And another figure on your other side near her, dressed instead in white, just says, "No, you have to run. You can't win."
And Astrid will stare at Scott. And she will look at him for a couple of seconds. And
you can't beat this. It's so much stronger than you.
You will never say that. You have faced the same things I faced at the halls of the gods, and you didn't run away. Even when we brought that woman to you that seems to be a zombie or whatever, you never ran away. You even tried to teach me, and you didn't run away from me.
We have to run to be able to fight back another day. And the figure of Naomi will sort of like throw her hand out. "That's bullshit. You were just about to fucking fight it."
And Astrid will actually look between the two different figures. One is suggesting to run, and it's dear Scott. And the other one is actually telling to do something for her own. But this figure that pushes her own words to fight, she also scares her. She is very scared of Naomi and the way and what she can do with it. So she will look at the hound and she will just say, I'm very scared of you. I know that you're not bad, but you really, really scare me. I'm sorry. And she will just jump to grab Scott's hand.
Scott will take her hand and pull her away from it. "We can be safe. if we just avoid it.
There must be some way in which the hound can be helped. It's not. He's not bad. My father's dog was bad, but that's only because he was a bad man, or the shadow of him was bad. And she will ponder a few seconds after watching at Scott, and then back at the hound, and then back at Scott. Do you trust me?
Scott just looks at her and gives her a somewhat sad look. I don't know.
Please, I need you. I need to hear this. Please say you trust me.
He looks as if he's about to open his mouth, but Naomi shoves him and she says, "Yeah, we fucking trust you."
And she will look at Naomi and she will look at Scott, and she will just turn around, face the hound, and she will actually go down to her knees. And she's remembering that time when Ginger went feral. And she will try to do the same. She will just stretch out a hand very slowly, just a little bit away from snapping range, so to speak. And she will just softly say, this is as hard for me as it should be for you. But I know that you can be good. So come here. And she will extend a little bit more.
The dog will growl at first. It's one on each as the dog very slowly continues to approach, still snarling and foaming aggressively.
Astrid will just keep looking at the dog, and she will say, "You really scare me, Naomi. You are broken and shattered just like me. But even though you're fucking crazy from time to time, you are really good to Ginger and to Violet, and in some extension to me. I'm really sorry that the things between us didn't work in the past, but I cannot follow your way. I can't escape into the same things you use. I can't. I don't want to. I never use them. I don't need them. I already had pills in the past. They never do anything good to me." And she will then ponder into Scott's hand. "And you kind of scare me also, but I cannot stop being drawn to you. You are too naive, too sweet, too innocent for being a wizard, a mage, or whatever the hell do you want to call it. You still stride through life happy and unknowing, apparently. You're a geek. You're a book mouse. But that might be what I like of you. You give a sense of normalcy to everything I'm going through right now." And she will extend a little bit more towards the hound. "Come on. If I'm doing this, you can also do this. Come."
As she continues to hold her hand out and doesn't run away, the hound, its fur stops bristling and it stops snarling at first, although it's still baring his teeth to show her it can hurt her. As it takes a few steps forward and presses its head into her hand.
Very slowly, as you approach a wounded creature, Astrid will pass her hand over the head of the hound, and between tears and pain, but not the pain from the bite, the pain of remembering, the pain of jagged and shattered memories, those that are still sharp as a broken glass. She will just whisper to a hound, I forgive you.
And the hound will look up at her and it'll sit down and she'll see as the area in the forest begins to sort of dissipate and it becomes once again just sort of the comforting sort of blackness of rest and sleep.
And Astrid will let herself go again. This is weird for her. Two people have been here to help her. One she's kind of a little bit obsessed over, and she kind of abhors the other, but both of them have showed up and give their own weird way of support. So she will keep going through this dream to see what lays on the end.
In the blackness, she finds only herself, and after a while, let's see. For a while, she will find herself face to face again with the two that she witnessed in the dream.
And she will look at the two of them and what is this? Are you here to punish me, to praise me, to do anything to me, or just to leave me completely alone again?
The two of them stand there and they reach out their hands.
And Astrid will extend her hands as she mumbles, okay, let's see how deep goes the rabbit hole.
Naomi will give your hand a squeeze and wait for you to look at her before saying, I'm proud of you, sweetie. I knew you had it in you.
Astrid will actually start crying a little bit because praises. And she will look at this Naomi and she will like, I am not anymore part of the code, but this doesn't mean I don't care about you or the rest. I hope that I can help you achieve peace.
Naomi just kind of shakes her head.
She will see that gesture as she has seen it on the past. And she will answer in kind. She will shake her head and giggle a little bit. You can do it, Naomi. I'm trying on my own way. I know that the rest also try on their own way, but you do a lot of selfless acts. I'm scared of how you do magic because it harms, but I think you also deserve peace, like the rest. And she will squeeze back the hand.
Fuck you, Astrid. Just don't fucking give up. And the two will disappear. And as Astrid finds herself once again alone, after a while, she will wake up in her bed.
She will look all around her room at the Amahara. She will see the unfinished paintings, the books, the instruments for her magic. And she will do something really weird she hasn't done lately. She will get up and she will start rummaging through her unfinished paintings. There is a painting of her mother, a painting of her father, a painting of Ken, actually, sitting on a throne with a crown. It's still half painted. There is a small picture of, hand-drawn, picture of Abraham, that fucking badger. And in the back of everything, there is a cloth covering a painting. She will remove the cloth and she will just stare at the painting back. It's actually Naomi in the way of like this very known sculpture, the Piety. It's Naomi in the shape of the Virgin Mary, holding a very scarred and damaged Naomi. So Astrid will open her pigment cabinet. She will fix a little bit more of painting. And she will sit down with her brushes in front of the painting and look at it. I will not give up. And she will try to finish this.
And I believe that is the point that we can end our scene. Thank you to our player for playing. Thank you to our watcher for watching. This has been another scene for Living World of Darkness, Street Magic.